host, Molly Southgate, and with me is
Martha Southgate.
And
Rob Southgate. Wow.
This was fun.
Molly, this was cool. So you liked this episode, right?
I loved it.
There were lots of fairy tale references.
Like Little Red Riding Hood,
Yeah.
the wolf.
Yeah.
And then the girl with the red jacket was one with.
Right, Maeve had the red jacket. That's how it started.
Hansel and Gretel.
We saw the forest, and we saw Maeve running through the forest in her red jacket. I was totally getting a Red Riding Hood vibe.
Yes. And she gets to the TARDIS.
Guess what we found out?
What?
The TARDIS speaks.
What?
It said, "You have reached your destination."
Yes, it did. That was so funny. It had a GPS in it. Every time you hit the thing, and he's like, "I want to go to London." You have reached your destination. Well, it sounded more like a woman. That was fun.
You have reached your destination.
Right.
And he says, no, I haven't.
Because
Well,
the TARDIS is a woman.
Right.
but he said, that's the one drawback to being the only one left of your kind. There's no one to ask when your TARDIS won't start. The doctor said that.
Yeah. So
but-
Maeve showed up at the TARDIS.
Well, and he has one of my favorite lines.
Okay,
there.
what was it?
He says, he goes, okay, see this TARDIS? It's smaller on the outside, bigger on the inside. He said, it's like a Coke. Is this big, but has this much sugar.
Yeah,
He spread out his arms
and he said, it has this much sugar. I loved that, mostly because I hate Coke.
Yeah.
And
Jeez.
and so it was.
There goes a sponsor right down the drain.
Yeah, they could go down the drain.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that. But it was just funny to me that that was what he equated, and it was so
when I tried to
true.
make it go down the drain when I did, it
Those were
sounded
your
like
sound
the
effects?
TARDIS.
Yeah.
Oh, it did, yeah.
So what I was going to say actually happened before that, because when she's running through the forest, she finds the TARDIS. I thought this was wild because, at first he's like, go away, basically. Who are
And
you?
he's like-
Go away.
And he's like, wow. And she's like, I'm lost. Can you help me? And he's like, yes. You want direction? And she's like, yeah, that way.
Yeah,
He's like,
right,
go over there.
But then she
you know,
says,
he
are
didn't
you the
even-
doctor?
Mhm.
And he's
That's
like,
where I was
need the
freaking
doctor.
out. I'm like,
I need the doctor.
yeah, like, what? How does she know? And she said, I think Miss told me, which would be...
I was thinking Missy.
Oh.
I had thought Missy. At first, I thought it was Clara as a little girl. So I was way off. I mean, I had so many theories. But then I thought, oh, maybe it's Missy sent her. And then I thought... Then when she said my teacher, then I was like, oh, it's set now, and she's a student of Clara.
Now, I wondered something about this. We've seen Clara teaching,
Mm-hmm.
and you might be able to fix this in my head here.
I doubt
It seemed
I
like the
doubt
kids
it.
that...
I don't have a sonic
no.
screwdriver.
No,
I
but
don't doubt it.
it seems like the kids that she was teaching were older than these kids. Were
Yeah.
they... Why were these kids so young? Or is it just that this was the class they had from that school?
Yeah.
Well, it's an elementary school.
Okay, so she might have various ages?
Did you only go to elementary school with one age of children?
No, but my
So
fifth grade teacher
kindergarten
taught
through-
fifth grade. My sixth grade teacher taught sixth grade. Clara and Danny
This
were teaching
is-
what looked like a younger group.
London. Maybe
Okay.
they do it differently in London.
Well, plus they do subjects
Right.
there, which we didn't.
So maybe
our
that-
teacher taught everything
Yes.
or traded off.
Until 5th or 6th grade, but then we had a couple of teachers
Okay.
in our school. But
I was
but,
just a little confused by it because I thought they seemed a little younger because of the other girl that traveled with them, Courtney. She was a little older than
I know
these
her
kids.
last name, too, if you want more.
What is it?
Woods.
Courtney Woods.
That's good. I didn't
How
know.
Woods?
In the forest.
She should have been in this one.
No,
Missed
I didn't
opportunity.
think that was weird just because I figured that was how that school worked.
If
Okay.
she
They
was
don't
there,
have them
then
separated
the
out.
doctor would be teasing her so much. Woods would.
Because they didn't say you only teach 6th grade math.
Right. You know what? And I actually might have pieced it together while we're talking. She said these are the gifted kids or whatever. She was obviously...
Gifted and talented.
Right. These are obviously the trouble kids.
Yes.
So maybe that's all it was, is this group is these trouble kids. They were assigned to take them on this overnight at the museum. So that would explain
Right.
it.
But it
Museum.
sounds like they have them all the time because they knew all of their idiosyncrasies.
Right, true.
So I think it's that they teach that
Well,
subject to every age.
You were a trouble kid. So
I still am.
Did you have...
You're not a kid, though.
But I'm
You're
still
a troubled an adult.
I'm immature though, so does that count?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm kind of a childlike.
Even our cats agree.
24 Helens agree. Do you remember that?
What are
I
Helens?
remember that.
Never mind.
No one else does. And
It's from the Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
Right? But anyway, so can we move along?
Yes.
Since that was
Yes.
really not even okay.
I
And
didn't even
and
get
they did a
that.
flashback to Clara, and she was in the polka dots.
Yes.
And I thought that was pretty funny. I was
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, the polka dots are
So
back.
maybe they trade clothes.
Maybe.
No.
He did have a mean comment about Clara, I'd like to point out.
Oh, he has so many.
Because usually it's something about her makeup
Yes,
or,
her-
whatever.
Or
This one he said...
Oh, he said her face is round.
He said she has a surprisingly round face. He's so mean.
Uh-huh.
That's what he said to Maeve.
Yeah.
That's so good.
He said it about Clara, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's
So-
like, oh,
Molly,
Yep.
what? I'm sorry.
nothing.
That was it?
Where was the forest?
All Earth.
Earth. Right.
It
The
was the
entire
world.
Earth
Like,
was covered.
we would, if we walked outside right now or looked outside, it would be trees.
I would like that.
Yeah.
No, not Mom. You wouldn't like it if there's nothing.
Oh, there was
Really?
something. Trees.
Oh, you.
I would probably
Well, the
like
stuff
it,
was still there. There's just
except for the
trees
wolves
everywhere.
and the tiger.
Right.
I would have
Well, that
a
was
little
because
bit of an
the
issue.
zoo.
Yes.
And we went to a zoo this summer, and there was a gorilla that really had an issue with you. So that gorilla would have
Oh my
gotten out.
gosh.
And
It didn't have an issue with me. It liked me.
he would have been like,
He had a connection with
It likes
So in
all
other
the
words-
kids.
It
Hey,
was
baby.
very strange. Yes, I might get scared by that.
Yeah.
But no, he was putting his hands over his eyes, trying to see me. And,
Right.
and everybody backed away because it was very creepy. But he was very much fixated
He
on
liked
me.
the
Yep.
kids he was waving.
yep.
But
He's
he
like,
wanted to know what was
"Hi."
wrong with me or something, or he just thought I was the
I
kind.
think he was in love.
I was the one kind soul in the group.
We were kind. Hi, gorilla.
You were
tap,
touching
tap.
the glass, and he
Yeah.
didn't. He wanted to kill you.
But yeah, I'm
didn't.
He wanted to kiss me.
When
I'm
we
thinking
did,
if the-
ooh, he did the ooh.
I'm thinking if the forest came like that, the first thing that gorilla's doing is trying to find Mom.
Yeah, that would.
That's
be
what
it.
I
And
think's
kill.
going on.
And kill her.
And the
No.
baboon would go to
He'd
find
come,
my
he'd
dad.
bring her a
Uh-huh.
ring made out of banana skins. Would you marry me?
Yeah.
That's what he'd
Well,
do.
that's kind of what you did.
Yeah.
He's
But
an
and every baboon on Earth would be finding my father to throw
Uh-huh.
poo at him.
Throw poo at him.
'Cause that was my dad's thing every time. Baboons don't like that man for
No.
some reason. So anyway, now that we've hashed out our family's
Issues with
the zoo
zoo
animals,
right.
Um,
So the way they were figuring it out though at first is like she told them it's London, but they saw that they were in Trafalgar Square.
yes. Well, they
that
were
was
inside.
crazy. Now there's a picture when he was standing up on that lion. There's a picture. I don't know what I have it in, but there was an episode with Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor, where he is standing with his arm like up on that same lion.
Oh.
So when I saw that, I had this immediate flashback to, oh, he's been here before.
Which is what they've been doing all season with Peter.
having little...
Is making sure that they had things that tied back.
things
Now,
getting
I
laid
didn't
in there.
notice other things in this that did.
You know, I didn't either, but that
that's
doesn't mean... I mean, there's 50 years of
They
Doctor Who,
certainly
and
could have been.
we've only
By
seen...
the way, this was written by a children's author.
It was.
Mhm.
Now that was interesting too. We can address that really quick. I saw some reviews online and listened to a podcast that wasn't crazy about this episode.
What?
And their problem with it,
Well, that podcast was on our network.
yeah, but they said good things, but here's what their problem was. They didn't like that it was very much of a kids show.
Mhm.
And it was written down as opposed to what we've seen this season. And that's true. When you think about like Mummy on the Orient
Right.
Express, when you think about Listen,
or Flatline. or any
yeah,
of those.
like especially coming off Flatline, which was
Yeah.
pretty tough science fiction. This was pretty light science fiction.
Okay, for me.
But let me finish
Oh
my
my
thought.
gosh,
Oh my
long-winded
God.
man. All right.
Long thought.
I think the real problem
Mhm.
that they may have had, I don't think it was that it was written this way, because I think it was actually written well.
Mhm.
It was directed in kind of a funny way. I think it was directed to be more of a kid's thing. Like you saw him point, you saw the finger in the frame. He would do close-ups and kind of mug at the camera when he'd talk. I think that's what they're reacting to. I think
Okay.
on second viewing they'll have a different thought.
Oh. Okay.
Now what's the thought?
I am an X-Files fan.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
she is. She has like 50 books upstairs on
Okay,
X-Files.
we're not going to go there.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
I am an X-Files fan. And
Really? We didn't notice.
When I used to watch X-Files, when it was first airing,
Yes.
they would have their myth arc. They would have their story, everything that went along. You'd have your certain characters.
Yes.
And then they would have standalone episodes
Right.
that had nothing to do with the show. I mean,
Right.
it would literally...
It was out of the mythology. There might be a nugget of mythology in it, but
It
that
would
would be
just
it.
have Mulder and Scully.
Yeah.
And that would be it. It would not propel the story further. They were just standalone episodes. As I'm watching this, I'm going,
So Mulder
Oh.
and Scully just stood there.
well, no, they did say
Staring at the camera.
But to me, when I was watching this, I was thinking, oh, fun. This is a standalone episode.
Right.
So it wasn't, I wasn't thinking
You know
about
what?
it
I totally agree.
I wasn't thinking about it in terms of this is part of, but which is, I think, would also turn people off because it doesn't flow in the season.
Right.
Every other episode has pushed the storyline.
Yes.
And this does not. This is a truly standalone episode.
Right. It had a little resolution to things, but it wasn't
Only
about
Daniel Pink. But
just a
even
tiny
then, it
bit.
doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, if you took that out of it, it's not going to
I
affect the
loved
storyline.
Can we talk about when they're like, I can't believe this boy in the class said please.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
right. When they were talking about the kids.
This other girl was so good today.
Yeah, right.
Well, because they had the special kids, the kids that were troublemakers, the kids that had, they all had medications they were on, they had
Right.
allergies, they had behavior issues, they had all kinds of things going on. And Clara calls them the gifted and talented kids, and she said,
She would call me the gifted and talented because I have an allergy, so I would be
Yep.
with them. I'd be,
And she'd call Mom
But
gifted and talented because
you're
she's a
actually,
troublemaker.
Molly, you're actually gifted and talented, though.
Yes!
She said here, they're not really gifted and talented. She said, I just tell them that to make them feel
But
good.
you know what? I think he disagrees. Because
I disagree.
think about it. Like the one girl,
Oh, she wanted to
spotted
know
the-
everything.
and she spotted the thing in the tree
Yes.
and all that. They're like, oh, she never engages. That's because you're teaching them wrong.
Well, and
They were engaged in a big way here.
guess what happens to a lot of gifted and talented kids? They
forget-
are 2E. They're twice exceptional. They might have learning disabilities, behavior issues. They might be on the autism spectrum. They could have all kinds of things wrong, yet be gifted.
Right.
And so you have to sometimes, you could have kids that don't perform, who are exceptionally gifted,
Right.
but they don't,
Like you.
but they don't function, like they just don't
Oh,
perform.
that's her.
They don't function. I thought you were going to say they start a podcast network because I like
that
to
would
think
be you.
we're special and gifted and talented. I
Gifted
hope.
and talented. But it's true. So to me, I'm watching this group of kids and I'm going, of course they're gifted. They're the troublemaker. They're this, they're that. And so to me, I did not even question the fact that they were gifted. When she said it, I thought, oh, Clara, you don't see them.
Right.
All you see are their issues. You're not seeing who
Well,
they
and
are.
he was very upset by that because he kept saying, you humans, you just medicate instead of hearing
Yes.
what they say or letting them hear. And that kind of stuff came up a couple times in this episode. So
Yes, I agree.
that's something else that I think if we start boiling it down, I think you're going to find people, the naysayers about the episode might have an issue with some of that because there was a bit of an agenda to it. But you know what?
I like agendas.
Science fiction has agendas.
And it had the Lorax. It had
the Lorax. It had about deforestation.
They talked about Coke
yeah.
being sugar. They talked about
Yeah. So there was a lot of stuff
me,
like that.
there was a lot of that, but I see that in a lot of things
Right.
when it comes to kids stuff, and I see it in...
Well, you see it in kid stuff, and frankly, you see it in Doctor Who, the overarching messages. This one was targeted more at a younger audience in what it said, which was a nice change because this season there have been episodes really not targeted towards kids. Do I want them all to? No. I've really enjoyed this season, but it is nice because we watch it as a family. It's nice to have that mixed bag.
Like, lots of my friends don't watch it because they think it's too scary.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know what?
They just get to watch, like,
They're
couple
wrong,
episodes.
and next time I'm going to steal their books and push them down. How's that?
What?
Wow.
Wow, you're mean.
He was that kid.
Sure I was.
Yeah, he's that kid.
I was that
like-
kid that got his book stolen and pushed down.
Okay, speaking
Aw.
of...
No, you're the kid that stole the books and pushed
No, I
them
wasn't.
down.
No. Okay.
Hardly.
Okay, wait a second. One of my favorite things in this episode is when Clara called the doctor and she said, "You are not going to believe what's going on."
Oh, right.
Because she didn't know he was there. She didn't know he was in London. She's like, "I finally have something new I can show you." And he said, "You know what? I have been alive so long that for certain things I just don't look."
Right.
Because I don't want to know. So then he tells her, "Oh, you mean the forest?" Yeah. And he goes, "I saw it first."
Yeah. Oh, that was so funny.
I loved it. I mean, poor Clara. She was this close. She was this close. And he just goes, "I saw it first."
Now, something I wrote after that, because I thought that was great, but then the next thing I have is Clara.
Spoiler alert, we take notes.
Clara talking to Danny, and she does it again.
Yeah, why does she keep lying to him?
She kept lying. Now, I think
he doesn't care.
Now, here's the problem. Let's address this real quick.
Okay.
So, we've been talking about, or I should say, I've been having this hypothesis that Danny doesn't travel, and...
Me too.
Okay. So, I think this episode gave us the answer. Danny doesn't travel.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to travel. I think that...
Yeah, he said no.
I think that we were slightly wrong because he was upset that she was traveling with him, but it was because she was lying to him. Mm-hmm. And I think that she wasn't interpreting it that way. She was thinking he didn't want her to travel because he didn't want her to travel. So I think that the way we saw it was slightly wrong, but I think ultimately we were right on that. That he doesn't care. He just wants to know. He doesn't care.
He just wants her to tell him the truth, and he wants her to share the adventures with him. Yeah.
And in this episode...
But he doesn't want to go, and he doesn't care that she goes.
Right. In this episode, I think we got that resolution, because he finally just laid it out there. Yeah. And I think at the very end, when she was like, okay, and she started to tell the truth, and he's like, no, we can talk about it later. Just be honest. That's all I'm asking. And I think from here forward, that's what we'll have. Although that preview...
She's crazy.
Something is up with next week's preview. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to do something with Clara. I don't know what's going on. But
gone mad.
Yeah.
The other one that I love...
I think she let out Cyberman.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're not going to talk about it because I want to wait for next week. I don't want to be spoiled.
Right.
So when he goes to... He's trying to fix her... He has her phone and he's trying to find Maeve. And he's got his screwdriver.
And she's like, does everything need to be used with a sonic screwdriver?
No, she said not everything can be fixed with a screwdriver. And then he goes, do you have your phone? She goes, yeah. And he goes, do you have her phone number in there? And she says, yeah. And he goes, 500 yards away at this and that. And she's like, oh.
Totally
so she got smacked down a few times in this episode, which is always fun. So, and I loved when he was talking about how she kept saying, I feel dread. There's something wrong. And he said that's because the forest is mankind's nightmare.
So this goes back
to
the
Mankind the wrestler.
Right. This goes back to shout out to Mankind. Yes. Martha's a big wrestling fan.
No.
Anthony.
I'm surprised you even knew his name.
I have a friend that's a big wrestling fan.
Yeah. Do you think he knows Mankind?
Probably.
I don't know when Mankind was around. Is he now?
I don't know. I don't watch wrestling. I know who he is. I've seen him.
I have to show my one friend this episode because he talked about him.
Right.
So, but yeah, I did like that he talked about that, and he said the forest is mankind's nightmare. And if you think about it,
well, yeah, I was going to say it goes back to the fairy tale theme that we've had in this one.
Wizard of Oz. This one's Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, and that's something that Moffat has said.
Little Miss Moffat?
Yeah, very, very often now.
Nailed it.
The showrunner has said...
That actually is a boy.
I know, but I was doing a pun.
Okay.
Wasn't it funny?
I'm getting lost. Miss Moffat's a boy or Stephen Moffat's a boy?
Stephen Moffat's
right.
a boy.
So he has said that he views Doctor Who as a fable and fairy tale. And it's like, I think that this was kind of the manifestation of that.
Would you like to try that word again?
Manifestation.
Pen station?
Okay, manifestation.
Yes. Mana edit station.
Yeah, Mana edit station.
That's what you do.
So I think that might be what this was, is they had talked it out and said, hey, let's do one that really illustrates that and have these illusions in there. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like the Doctor Who take on either Fables or Once
or a
Upon a
fairy
Time.
tale.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because
Like it wove it in here,
you
but it
had
wasn't.
the supernatural, because you have the trees won't burn.
Right.
Mhm.
You have the TARDIS. You have time travel. You have all these
you
things
have all the
mixed
sci-fi.
in, but yet
With all
it
these
was-
allusions to fairy tales.
Yes, and so many
it-
references.
It wasn't like in Robot of Sherwood where it's Robin Hood.
Right.
It wasn't Red Riding Hood
Mm-mm.
and Miss Muffet.
Mm.
But
Miss Moffat.
it was the
Oh, that could be possible because it's his sister.
but there was that kind of thing being laid out there. So
Mhm.
I thought that was really cool, and I thought that whole thing of it being a nightmare and how it's rooted back in the stories we hear as kids, the scary forest and all that. It's like, wow, that's an interesting idea. That
Yes.
makes sense that she'd feel dread.
Well, and it is scary when Molly and I, when she was littler, I took her on a hike in the forest preserve near our house,
We can get back.
and I did not have a backpack with us. My
I-
phone was dying.
I had to go potty.
I had no water,
No food.
no snacks, and we got fabulously lost because we were following this
And
little
And she
hiking
went,
trail.
And she
Plus, you guys
went-
had a sister there, and one of you ate the sister. I don't know what happened to her.
Molly's twin. No,
Molly's twin.
That never happened. So
And you wouldn't let me sit down.
no, because we had to get home. It was going to be dark.
I was gonna. My legs were gonna fall off, and you wouldn't let me sit down.
Well, she was
No.
hoping one would fall off. She was hungry.
I could have had that for dinner.
Yep. Welcome to
So
Terminus.
anyway, you realize when you're in a situation like that, if it had started to get dark,
Yeah.
we would have freaked out.
Right.
We were fine. I mean, we knew roughly where we were. Ish.
Right.
We were just a couple hours away from where we
From
wanted
where
to
you
be.
were supposed to be. Okay.
But we
15 hours.
15 hours? No, I don't think so. We got home for dinner. But it was, once I realized I could put the directions on my phone walking, it took me right out onto a horrifyingly busy street. And we had to walk on the shoulder. But beyond that, I mean, this is painting quite a picture.
This story is a real feel good. So
But anyway, yeah, when you're in the woods at night,
Mhm.
it gives you a whole different feeling, and it just like in Wizard of Oz, where it makes you
Right.
feel like the trees are going to come alive, like that there's
Now
something
you're
everywhere.
freaking me out because I'm gonna have to go to bed in a few minutes.
what?
In
And
the
There's a bunch of
woods?
you're out in the
trees.
woods? There's a tree in your room?
No, we have a bunch of
But
trees.
Molly, it shouldn't. And
Yes,
why?
there is.
But I'll tell you why it shouldn't. Because in this episode, they were afraid, and then it turned out the trees were really there to protect
Uh-huh.
everybody.
They
They
were
were
a
the
shield.
heroes of the story.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Was there not really a bad guy?
I would say
Well, no.
the tiger,
No. Really, if you
the
want,
wolves,
there really
and then
wasn't
the
a bad
tiger,
guy.
and Danny saved him.
They had to be
Uh-huh.
protected from the solar flare, is
Yeah,
all it was.
Exactly.
So nature was the bad guy, if there is one, but there really wasn't. It was more of a,
How would nature be the bad guy? Because the trees are nature.
well,
The
in the
solar
fact that the
flare.
solar flare was going to destroy the Earth, and he said, if this happens from this point, all that future history that we know of goes away.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this could be it. And I thought that was cool too. When he flew off, she convinced him to fly off, and he went off by himself, and he realized, wait a minute. These trees are here to protect us, because he started thinking about the oxygen and how they don't burn, and he was looking at the solar flare. That was really cool. That was when we were getting back into sci-fi territory.
And I loved when she says, he's saying everybody's going to die. And she said, well, we have the TARDIS. So not everybody has to die. Can't you can save all of us. And so they all go back to the TARDIS. And she calls it a lifeboat.
Yes.
And so they go back to the TARDIS and he says, okay, everybody get on. And she said, no, these kids are going to want their parents.
Right.
And they will never stop wanting their parents.
Right.
And he said, okay, well, I'll take you and Danny. And she said, Danny will never leave
Danny
these
will
kids.
never go.
And he says, okay, I'll save you. And
Right.
she says, I don't want you to. And she said, don't make me say it. And he said, what? And she said, I don't want to be the last of my kind.
Yes.
So how hard is that to look at this man and say, I don't want to be like you.
Yes.
I don't want to have to live your
Yes,
existence.
because that's what he's had to
And,
deal with. That's tough.
So it turns out, though, that she never had any intention of any of them going on the TARDIS. She was trying to save the doctor.
Right. She said it was how I got you here.
And it broke my heart when he said, "This is my world too."
Yes.
Because she always
Well, and that's
says,
been a
"This
theme
is
of
me.
this
I'm
season.
Earth. We're this. We're that." And you're different. And you're an
Right.
alien. And he says, "No.
But you
I
remember
breathe your
on
air."
the one with the moon, she said, you live here. You share this planet.
Yeah.
When he was saying, I don't make the decision about whether this planet lives or dies.
Right.
You have to do it. She threw it back at him here, and he said it back to her.
Yeah.
Like, nope.
This
Is my world. I breathe your air. I walk this planet. And I think that he made the only choice, which was to get on the TARDIS.
Well, and just before he calls himself Dr. Idiot.
Yeah, Dr. Idiot.
He admitted he was wrong.
He was.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, he did.
He's
Yeah.
never done
I
that.
am Dr. Idiot.
And I thought it was
I
funny
want
when...
a shirt that says that. I am Dr. Idiot.
You know what? As
You
soon as
are.
you get your doctorate in idiocy...
I've had that my whole
You
life.
can have anything... Yeah, but it's not official on paper. We're going to work on that for you.
Mine
but once
might
that
say I
happens,
am Dr. Idiot Savant, though. Because I do have my moments.
You do.
I do have certain topics.
Then
This
what?
is not one of them.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. This is the idiot side.
Like,
But,
savant?
Yeah.
What is savant?
It's like you're brilliant in one area and you're
Oh,
not.
There you go.
now
So-
you get the laugh.
The other one that was funny,
I get the laughs because
because you're an idiot. Savant.
They're saying just idiot.
So the other one that I want to bring up is when they were talking about the trees,
Mhm.
and the doctor explains what's going on, and Clara's like, wow, so this event has happened before. The trees have done this. And then she brings up the red ring that the
Yeah.
kids saw.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, of course. And he goes, Happy Red Ring Day.
Right.
Because here it is.
again.
And it was like, wow, that was a cool idea, because that type of anomaly, when they showed it, you knew that was going to be in the story. Something about that. But I thought that was a really cool lay-in
Yeah.
there. That
Now,
like,
I want to know.
this is going to happen again. All the trees are going to have the red ring that survive.
Now, I want to know what that big, tall pet thing on the pedestal was. I think that was a reference to a later episode or something.
The statue that was there,
Yeah.
that's a statue that's in Trafalgar Square.
Oh.
So that's a real thing. That's there.
Was that in later episodes?
Oh, they've shown it in things, sure.
You mean earlier episodes?
Earlier.
You know what? When you're talking
Because
Doctor
later
Who,
episodes haven't happened yet.
but when you're talking Doctor Who,
Yeah, it's time
there have been
travel.
later episodes. There have been earlier episodes.
It's all timey-wimey,
who knows where we're
wibbly-wobbly
at?
things.
Oh, you didn't
Okay.
want to say wibbly wobbly.
One of my favorite moments was at the end when Clara and the doctor are up in the TARDIS watching.
Oh,
Yes.
I,
And
I
he
was
says-
hysterical when they're just bobbing in space.
Yes.
Yes.
And they're looking out the
Yeah, they're
TARDIS
looking
as
out.
if nothing. Like
Right.
they're, yeah.
Well, they've done that before.
No,
'cause-
but it's awesome.
yeah,
to
yeah,
watch.
it's great. It's such a cool effect.
But he says, all of a sudden he goes, oh, I hope I'm right. It would be slightly awkward if the Earth was destroyed at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It would be slightly awkward.
yeah.
Because I'm going to be up here with you going, oops, sorry.
Yep,
There
sorry.
went Danny and everyone you love. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
My
and he
bad.
also said, the human superpower is forgetting.
Uh-huh.
And I liked that.
Yes.
It is. He said you do it with healthy things.
Yep,
you do it
you're
with
gonna,
all kinds.
and you're going to
Like
do it
you
here.
just
Everyone's going to wake up
you
tomorrow.
have the ability
and
to forget and
life
just
goes on.
compartmentalize.
And then they showed that.
I feel
Life
like
went
that's
on.
a Beatles song.
Life goes on? Could be.
Obladi, oblada.
Yes, that is a Beatles song.
See? So, okay. Now I'm going to talk about the only thing I didn't like in the episode.
What?
Why are you ending with something you didn't like?
We're going to get over it and then go back to saying how awesome it
I'm
was.
already done.
Well,
I'm done.
Now we're in trouble.
this is it.
All
The-
right.
her sister's story.
Oh, that was
Annabelle.
lame.
Yeah.
See? And then the way it ended with her being behind the bush, I'm like,
That was
yeah,
lame.
but if Annabelle ran away,
was she
wouldn't-
starving in a bush all that
She
time?
wouldn't be like, yeah, was she trapped in the bush? It was weird. That was the only
That
thing.
made no sense.
And it seemed
Yeah.
like it was kind of a forced.
It was
Wait.
probably supposed to be a plot device, but it
Yeah,
didn't
but it
need.
didn't
There
work.
was no reason for it.
So that was the only thing. When
What?
other people were critical, I
You
didn't
know
feel
what
that
I
way.
think about
Yes,
her?
tell us.
What?
About Annabelle?
That she's
I
that scary doll from that movie.
don't even talk.
Okay. What did
All
you
right, go
think?
ahead.
I'm about to have my bedtime. Okay.
The human superpower is forgetting.
That's right.
So you'll
so
forget by
what did you
bedtime.
think about Annabelle? What did you think she was?
I thought that when she ran away, she did run away, but something took her.
You think something took her? Do you think we'll
You
find
think
out?
those light guys, the little forest bugs?
Yes.
Oh, do you think we'll find out more about that story later?
I think they took her, then put her back home.
Okay.
Maybe
And
that's how they
that's why-
communicated with Maeve.
Oh, they used the sister to communicate with Maeve.
That could be.
That would make sense.
Mhm.
That would make sense. Okay. Well, you know what?
They didn't explain it, but
They
I'm
didn't
guessing.
explain it,
Yeah,
but you
I
might
think you're
have it
right that
right.
they took her, and then that was how they communicated because Maeve.
Because then they gave her
was
back.
and then she said, "I can't hear him anymore."
Right. Cool. Okay.
So maybe it's not lame if they just they just didn't
Yeah, it's just
explain
there
it
was
well.
something
They probably
missing.
edited a scene out that was important.
Yeah, something that, or a line that
Yeah.
explained it, and
Yeah.
somebody didn't catch that it was missing. But yeah, okay. Well, otherwise, I enjoyed the episode, and
I thought it was
am
fun.
dying for the next two.
The finale.
Yeah.
Now
I am dying for
they
this.
should be back on track. This truly.
They will be. These next
Clara
two.
is-
is
Coo
Coo in
Well,
the next
these
one.
next
Cuckoo
two.
for who?
Yes.
She better be. These next two are
Or else.
one episode that they've split into 2 episodes.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like a movie.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting big, exciting things to happen here.
Oh yeah.
And then
Can't wait.
the next
Like
thing
Crazy
after that,
Clara.
Christmas special.
Well, we'll have what we're gonna do though as a family, as the
Is
Cuckoo for Who family.
Eccleston.
We're gonna start with Eccleston,
Okay.
and
Do
we're
David,
we're gonna start with Eccleston and see how we do. That's 12 episodes,
Right.
which
So-
is this series.
Just like
Right.
this one, yeah.
So we'll go back. We'll do
So-
that.
is
and
there
who knows?
Christmas specials?
Yes.
Throughout, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we'll do the 12 episodes.
Then a Christmas
and then
special.
we'll do the Christmas special, and then we'll see.
Then David Tennant.
Yeah, but we may take breaks, we may continue on because I think it's great, and I think
I am
that
so excited for this Christmas special.
so am I. What do you think? Do you think Clara's gonna leave the show at that point?
No.
That's the rumor, but it's still just a rumor, not substantiated at all. I think it could be a red herring because of all the stuff that's going on with Clara. Because they've definitely done something with her. Who knows? All right, let's wrap it up.
Speculate.
Let's lead our way into next week. Thank you for listening, everybody. This has been Cuckoo for Who. You can find past episodes of this and all of our other podcasts, as well as our social media links at our website, which is
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
And definitely, if you love Doctor Who, check out our Big Uncle podcast. They call us their little niece podcast.
Oh, okay.
Next Stop Everywhere, where Charles and Jesse really talk out the show.
And compare notes. With
Yeah,
this
it's
one.
really, I actually really love to listen to
To
both.
both. Yeah, they're a good companion. And
Yeah.
and check out what they think.
Companion.
I didn't even mean to do that one.
Yeah.
Check out what they think about this one and see how they compare.
Yes.
What their thoughts are compared with ours. And
Yeah,
whatever,
because they're
and-
huge fans also.
Yes.
So it's really fun to listen to and to see what the different perspectives are.
And they are far more knowledgeable. Than we are.
Yeah, except for Molly.
Molly's
Molly is
not.
far more knowledgeable than
Thank
us.
you.
Yeah.
You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. Please rate us, review us. It helps others find the show, and it helps drive this show. It's something that really helps us out quite a bit. And we love getting emails. We've gotten a few recently. Finally, people are sending us some stuff. The email is southgatemediagroup@gmail.com, and that goes right to us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's it. Oh, can we mention a sponsor really fast? This episode was brought to us by Tweaked Audio. They make awesome headphones. If you go to our website, we have a yellow ad. It's colored yellow. For Tweaked Audio, it says, click here. It'll take you to their website. You can get your headphones. You put in the coupon code Southgate, and you get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. We love these. I have a pair that I've lost it twice, and every time I lose them, I freak out for
But then
a
we
couple
find
days.
them.
And then we find them. They're fantastic. Everyone
They
we know
make
that's got
wood
them.
ones.
Yes.
They make
Oh,
all kinds
that's
of cool
what
And they're
Dad
a great
has.
price.
Yeah.
They are a great price, and they sound really great. So
Use
if
the
you
wood ones. They're
the wood
really
ones are
good.
awesome. I
So
agree.
if you're going to listen to us on
Tweaked headphones. If you're listening on the ones that come with your iPod or whatever, trust me, those are terrible compared to these.
So much better on the.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, but yeah,
No, it
Tweaked
takes
Audio,
out
thank you for sponsoring
everything.
us, and please support them and support the show by ordering some headphones at a great price. That's it. Until next time,
Alonzi!
If you would like to donate to help pay for this and other Southgate Media Group podcasts, simply go to our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and click on the donate button.
It can be as little as $1 or, well, as much as you want. Help keep this fun going by supporting this and our other shows. Thanks again for listening, everyone. You're the best fans in the world.